The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the July 31st, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there's having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email, send it off early, and send it to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, of course, we begin our day with what? A mixed bag out there. And the mix is going like this. Dow is trading down 22. S&P's up 24. NASDAQ is up 66. Russell's down 8. Transport's up 82. Semi's down 116. New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ Composite up 145. New York Stock Exchange is down 23 points. You've got gold that's trading off $5. Silver's off $1.14. Light sweet crude off $1.21. Natural gas is basically flat. Copper is anything but flat, down $1.20 out there. As far as signals go, really, it's just the S&P 500, the ES Mini. We'll take a look at that here. In fact, let's go take a look at the daily equity future contracts because that's what we're going to do. So if we take a look at the ES Mini out there, we'll see that today price tested and rejected so far the top of its swing point from July 28th out there. That was a TD9 count top. Today, if we were to close above and negate that TD9 count top, that requires a close above 64, 57, 75. We would have triggered, or we still have triggered wave number 7. That's the letter G that you see on my screen out there that needs a lower high to confirm a top. At this stage here, we're just consolidating with inside its daily profile. We have had 3 days to the downside. I don't know that we'll get all the way below yesterday's close, but if we do, that would be the 4th day to the downside with price yesterday finding support in that buy zone between 63.88 and 64.02. If we do get a close below 63.88, it would indicate that 62.88 becomes the next price target to the downside. The NQ needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm something. I have to go back on the NQ to see if we can find an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. We can here for sure. So it's probably like about a 1 to 3 or something like that. But it needs a bearish reversal candle. Right now, price is just testing support, which happens to be the top of its profile. Top of that profile, 23,543. We're at 23,546. If we take a look at the Dow Equity Future contract, yesterday price found support in its buy zone. It's testing that buy zone again today, 44,512 up to 44,779. Price also found support at its parity pivot point yesterday. Now, Apogee comes in, if I'm not mistaken, sometime late Friday. Very late Friday after the cash market opened, but the futures should still be open if I am not mistaken. So we'll have a new pivot point when we come on Monday. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, Russell 2000 is trading with inside its profile. It's below its parity pivot point, but it has not broken through its most recent swing point. In fact, it's really tested and rejected that swing. No, it closed inside there yesterday. Swing point I'm referring to is July 16th. So as long as price remains below 2243.50. We could see a test of 2198. That's the low of that swing point out there. So 2198 would be the likely price target for the Russell 2000. So let's summarize this. We've definitely got a top in the daily time frame for the ES Mini. We do no, we got a top inside the Dow, wave number 7, and a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top on the Russell 2000. So it's just the NQ that is being the stubborn little bugger out there. Now, what we should do, and we're going to do, is let's see what the equal weighted ETFs are doing here this morning. So give me a moment to go find those, and you'll have the daily and the weekly equal weighted ETFs. The daily will be up the top, the weekly will be at the bottom. QQEW is one that we're looking at first. See if we've taken out any kind of a topping pattern on the daily time frame, just really for all three of them. And each of these did have tops. So I can see that the EDOW, the Dow, and the equal weighted for the ETF, for the S&P, still have their tops in place, as does the QQEW, which formed a TD9 count top. Now, this is traded lower for 2 to 3 days out here. Prices testing profile support. That profile support is at 138.27. A close below that, we see 136.71. So it does look like equal weighted pressure to the downside for the Qs, for the ES Mini. The ES Mini is trading below profile support. This would be the second day below that. That would be a profile change in trend. That would open up a move to 178.60 out there. But we do have potential support at 183.02. That's the weekly TD9 count breakdown resistance level. Didn't really act as resistance, but maybe it's support. And then finally on the equal weighted for the Dow, it's still trading with inside its profile with a buy zone between 38.47 and 38.56. I would have said to you that the Dow was the weak link here. But if I take a look at the equal-weighted ETFs, that's actually not the case. The Dow is stronger than the S&P 500 and the QQEW. Not as it is with regard to the weighting version of the Dow, but certainly the equal weight. And the equal-weighted ETFs are typically pointing the way. Now, this is one thing. We take a look at these equal-weighted ETFs out here. We don't have any kind of a topping pattern. We're in bar number 7 for the QQEW, bar number 7 for the RSP, bar number 7 for the EDOW. The equal-weighted Dow is just trading with inside its profile. It's got a buy zone between 38.31 and 38.56 out there. Support for the RSP is at 181.95 and 135.20 for the equal weight of the Qs out there. So the equal weights are suggesting a lower price out here, but the Dow is holding up pretty well. Okay, let's go take what's going on under the covers with regard to the equity futures. So I'm going to go ahead and close this down. I'm going to try to close this down just to free up resources out here. So if you give me a moment, we'll be at a blank screen. That won't last very long. We'll be switching over. Take a look at the daily equity future contracts from an intraday standpoint. So from an intraday standpoint, we take a look at the NQ out here. Just looking for any kind of bottoming signal. So let me refresh some of these charts out here. I don't see a bottoming signal yet inside of the NQ, so we're likely to see lower price out here. Let me just grab the right. Here we go. There we go. So tell you what, folks, we're going to a breakout here. The NQ's pulling back to a key level of support. That's on the 4-hour time frame chart, and that's between 23,454 and 23,503. I'll see if I can find something better during this break. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Hey, I caught a doozy. I went fishing out there to see if I could find you some better information on the NQ, and lo and behold, Stevie's done just that. If we take a look at this chart here, it's a 2-hour time frame chart for the NQs out there. And if we go back to the bottom that formed back on June the 22nd out here, by the way, we're looking at these, we're looking at really the red horizontal lines out there. These red horizontal lines are the TD9 count breakout levels. They have held as support with one exception, and that exception was we had a one move below it, and that was at 10 o'clock on July 22nd. We got back above it the very next bar, moved below it again at 10 o'clock on July 23rd, back above it on the very next bar out there. So the key level of support is going to be 23,384, and at that level, if we see 2 closes below that area, then we most certainly have some type of change in character of the market, most certainly for the at least the 2-hour time frame chart. But that was the best thing that I could identify and find for you. There are other support areas other than the 23,384, but I think that's the key area. Here on the 5-hour chart, you can see 23,458, 23,454 on the 240, 23,405 on the 120-minute time frame chart out there. Now, the only potential bottom signal is a TD9 count coming from the 15-minute time frame. So keep your eyes on that. You're in bar number 9 right now. That says 11:30. You have a TD9 count bottom, 11:45. It completes the pattern. At a minimum, it should lead to a rally. That rally should take us up towards the 23,629 level. We're at 23,503 as we speak right now. So we'll come back, hopefully, and check in on that. In the meantime, we do have some requests that have come in. So let's go. Stevie's going to try something a little bit different today than other days. And just really primarily have kept open this screen, our multi-time frame set of charts for instruments such as SBSW for Dan inside the Tiger's Den. For example, typically we'll just take a look at the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. On a monthly time frame chart, we would say this is going to go target 1108. It's TD9 count breakdown resistance level. On a weekly, we would say, well, price is going to retrace back to 769 because it has a completed TD9 count top. The daily time frame chart, we would say price is going to pull back to 767 because of its TD9 count top. So it's pretty nice because the weekly and the daily are lining up with each other as to where price would likely pull back. And on a weekly pullback, a further pullback than where we're at. 769 is going to change to be something even less than 767. So that's what we would normally say. In fact, we just said that. I'm glad that I put this chart up on the screen because Dan's got a message. Dan's got a decision to make to consider out here. And that is because he is short this instrument. And so kudos there. But Dan, I've got the 195-minute time frame chart up on our screen. There's 295-minute bars in each day. One of the things I like to look for when I see a TD9 count bottom, for example, for this chart, this time frame, is open it up and see how other TD9 count bottoms have fared. If they fare pretty well, then we know somehow, some way, somebody's paying attention to this. And we are in bar number 9 today. So we have broken through its TD9 count breakout level at 848. If we go back and take a look at the next major bottom on a 195-minute time frame, it's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on April the 8th. That was certainly a pretty nice TD9 count bottom. We've got one before that. That one before that took place at 12:45 in the afternoon. That was on February 28th out there. That was a pretty nice bottom. Those are the only ones that I found. I'd have to go back a whole lot. Here's a TD9, take it back. Here's another TD9 count bottom. Had a decent rally all the way up to profile resistance. This is one that formed back at 1,600 hours on November the 12th out here. Yeah, so those are the three. So, Dan, this is suggesting that, let's get pull all the way forward here. So this is suggesting that you could or should see some kind of bounce or rally. That rally could take you all the way up to the 930 level, or it could just be, a couple-day rally out there. If we look to the other intraday charts out here, and I know you'll keep an eye on it, it would probably be the 15-minute that you're paying attention to. Why is that? Because the only one with a bottom signal, and that bottom signal is the TD9 count pattern, that took place at 9:45 this morning. Price is now trying to get back inside its profile, so that's the next step here, is can it get into the resistance level? In order to do that on a 15-minute basis, you're looking at price points of 847, 857, 867. So that makes it pretty easy. And if we close above 867, we're looking at 897s. It likes the 7s, that's for sure. But SBSW, I would say more likely than not, and you'll get the message here on those intraday charts, it's getting ready for some type of at least counter trend move, if not a bottom. That's what I see, Dan, when I take the SBSW, and that's because we open up those 195-minute charts. So thank you for asking about that. We've got a request to take a look at the SPYs. This is for Hector and Patty. So Hector's asking about really the monthly A to B equals CD pattern out there. So we'll certainly take a look at that, but we'll take a look at all the other intraday charts here just for blanks and giggles, if you know what I mean. And on a monthly basis, let's open this up and let's see what we've got out here. So the first thing that I notice on a monthly time frame is I'm going to use my I SPY here. And what is that? I see that we are in wave number 7, and that is coming off of the low from October of 2022, Hector. So if you just do the Chapman wave count, you'll see that we are in wave number 7. That needs a lower high to confirm that topping pattern out there. We do show that last month price negated its Rhodes momentum indicator top. So, that's that breakout, and we have broken out. This is going to be month number 3 in a row to the upside. I do see an A to B equals CD pattern that is already established out here, and that's with the low from 2020. Oops, let's get the correct tool out here, the line tool. So if we draw the low from 2020 up to the TD9 count top, basically, and then I just simply copy and paste this, because I really think you're asking about the A to B equals CD pattern. And here there's already one that exists, and we're beyond the 1-to-1 level out there. I know that what you'd like to do, and not that you can't. So the volume here that I think Hector's looking at is February 2025, 871 million shares. When we passed last month, it was 1.5 million shares. So in essence, I believe what Hector and Patty are asking is, Stevie, can we just draw in this A to B equals CD? And the answer to that question is yes. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and should probably color code it. Shouldn't we just do that? Yeah, just for the heck of it, we'll take just a second. We'll go ahead and change it from blue to red or any other color that you want. Maybe we'll just change it to black. There we go. Change it to black, and then we'll copy, we'll paste. Well, we were going to copy and paste. We copied and pasted the wrong gosh darn line out there, but that's okay. Stevie's here. I'm going to grab that sucker. There we go. Okay, so you're looking for a potential A to B equals CD pattern, and we can't rule it out. That would take it to the 745 level because the B point has failed with volume. My caution sign is this, Hector and Patty. Don't get too caught up just in the A to B equals CD patterns. First, they're price projection tools. Doesn't mean they always come to fruition out there. Second, you've got to always consider what other patterns are in play out here. And we've got many. We've got a wave number 7 pattern. We have a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, and that would need a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top out there. So you just have to respect those two patterns that are in place out here. But yes, we are in an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside, no matter which A to B points we choose, and no matter how high we want to take things to. With regard to the SPYs here, the daily time frame needs a close above its TD9 count top, which is 638.67, to negate that topping pattern. The weekly's got no topping pattern whatsoever out there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at BBAI is for Nitram inside the Tiger's Den. Nitram, this is suggesting to me, the charts are suggesting that we should see lower price. Now, the only thing getting in the way of that right now is a TD9 count bottom that may form by 12:45 on the 195-minute basis. If price is as we get to 12:45, if the close is below 670, you'll have a TD9 count bottom. That could lead to a rally towards 686 to 722. The daily time frame is trading below profile support. This may be day number 2 below that, and that opens up the door for this little gap. This thing had gapped up with pretty big volume on June 30th. Volume there was 356 million shares. As an example, yesterday we did 58 million shares. So price is pulling back into that gap here. Maybe you get a TD9 count bottom. The weekly is suggesting lower price because we're trading below last week's low. 614 to 585 is a price target. There was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom that formed on the 30-minute chart out here earlier, but price ran into resistance at 674. So that's a key resistance level, Nitram, for you to be paying attention to. So that was BBAI. Hope that helped you out. Gave you all the information you were looking for. QUBT is the next request out here. This is for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. And QUBT. So we're just testing this portion of the show out versus where I have this daily, weekly, and monthly already set up ahead of time. So it's going to, it takes just a few more moments for this to set up for us. But here, we're taking a look at the monthly chart. We're bullish because we're trading above its oscillator and change line and profile, support at 1375. The weekly says, hey, hold, not so fast. I've got a TD9 count, Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, but price is testing support at 1468. So only a close below 1468 says we get down to 1375. The daily time frame looks a little bit like the chart we just looked at here, in that it could go on to form a TD9 count bottom, but we need to see a spike below yesterday's low out there. We're in bar number 8 today. There's a new profile that is formed above price. That is typically a bearish message. The 195-minute time frame chart doesn't look like it's going to go ahead and form this TD9 count bottom pattern. We've negated one on the 130. You've got a 65-minute Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern. Price dealing with resistance, which is the top of its profile. 1556 out there. So watch 1556. That's resistance. Watch 1468 as support. Those two numbers probably tell you which way price is headed to in QUBT. Dunk also wanted to take a QMCO. So let's get QMCO up on our screen out here and see what we can find. QMCO looks like it's trading at about $8.04. I see a 195-minute TD9 count bottom with price running right up into its oscillator and change line resistance at 821. Price also trading with inside its bullish structured profile. If price can clear 821, 846 is your number, and above that, 912. If we look to a 30-minute time frame chart, we see a TD9 count bottom with somewhat of a sideways-ish consolidation. The same thing on the 65-minute chart, same thing on the 130-minute time frame chart. So along the bottom, it's definitely bottom time frame charts, that is. It is most certainly attempting to form a bottom there, Dunk. It's the daily that doesn't have a signal yet, and we're trading inside a swing point. Now, we're trading inside the swing point from June 23rd. That had 1.7 million shares. We got into it with 670 yesterday, 370. We're still trading inside that swing point. So the intraday charts want to form a bottom, but you're not getting participation and any kind of really great signals from the daily, the weekly, or the monthly. Let's go take a look at LAES. This is the ticker symbol for I'm not sure what it is, but it's for Bob in Spokane, also inside our Tiger's Den. And LAES on a weekly basis is trading right now below profile support. That profile support level is at about $3.29. We're at $3.19. You close below that, that suggests lower price. Lower price could be 35 cents. I'm not saying it's getting there. It could be. 243 would be the area that I would suggest would be where price could head to. That's inside the bullish structure of its monthly profile. Daily time frame, you can see a nice descending price channel. No bottom signal that we have here. Price is trading inside its profile. So what I'd watch is profile support at 316. We start trading below that, we're likely headed lower. Intraday wise, I've got TD9 count bottom patterns for the 130, the 165. Rhodes Momentum Indicator on the 30-minute time frame chart, and on the 15, nothing that I see that sticks out at me. I would say your real resistance resistance level out here to the upside. Probably about 332, 341 would be those levels. So that's LAES for Bob in Spokane. Tom G writes in, he'd like to go take an RGTI. So let's go ahead and pull that up on our screen out here. See what we can find. Monthly time frame. Again, consolidation inside the monthly profile. We're closing above last month's high. Increase the odds of a further move higher. Weekly trade above the oscillator and change line and profile resistance. That's in bullish breakout mode. The daily time frame is now trying to get back inside its profile. We got below that bullish structured profile for 2 consecutive sessions, Tom. If price is able to close above 1580 today, we will have then this will tell us this is not a counter trend move, and then we're likely to head up to 1739. We'll take a look for other bottom signals out here. Other than the 30-minute chart, which has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, I don't have anything else. On the 30-minute time frame, you've got resistance at 1620 out here. So it's the daily that has me concerned. I just saw that, Tom, I just saw your name. Let me see. I guess I have a couple seconds here to just see what the heck you were actually asking. Let's see. You think I'm wondering where you think RG is possibly heading to. Can it get back to the $18 level? Well, it can't get back to 18 until it clears that counter trend level of that daily profile at 1580. And so I'm uncertain, quite frankly, as to what its next intention is. And so I'm glad that you were asking that question. You not trust this stock. Okay, you don't trust it one bit. Well, that's fine with regard to the trust level. But because you don't trust it, then you got to make sure it proves itself to you. So you're not getting back to 17 until you can clear and close above 1580. So I hope that helps you out. Tom Dan in New York City wants to take a look at ARM. One of our other dentists wrote in, wanted to take a look at ARM Holdings as well. So let's go pull that up on our screen and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak, out there. And when we take a look at ARM, let me see if I can find Dan. Can't find Dan. Can't find it. Here we go. Dan's question is, what do you think about starting a position with ARM Holdings? So, gigantic gap to the downside today, testing a TD9 count bottom. That was a swing point that had volume of 5.8 million shares. You're testing it with 12 million shares already. Now, price has found support at the bottom of its profile, and that's at the 143.09 level. So there's the potential that it's a bottom, and I mean potential. But when we come back from this break, we're going to try to figure out what else we need to take a look at in case this potential turns into something worse. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. So we're still taking a look at the stock charts here for ARM Holdings, which had a TD9 count top that formed back on June 30th. And then the most current rally formed a TD9 count top on July 28th. You had this new profile that formed with resistance at 164.58 out here. And the cool thing is that and this would basically be for Roger and for Dan, because Roger is in this equity, and is that these profile levels are working. So at least you found support at 143.09. Whereas Dan wants to take a new position, Roger's trying to figure out what should I do now. So I would say at this stage here, and if price closes below the low from July 14th out there, and that swing point should get tested, that low being 140.70. But if price closes below that low at 140.70, we're definitely looking at lower price. And that lower price would be 126.24. That would likely be the price target. That comes as the weekly bottom of its profile that's out there. I don't see on an intraday basis, 15-minute or something like that, any kind of signal that suggests that now would be the time to come back into this trade out here. The 195-minute chart is testing that swing point that had volume of 2.5 million shares. That's being tested with 9.7 million shares. So I'd be cautious out here with regard to ARM. I do hope that helps you guys out, Dan and Roger. Mohammed wants to take a look at Goldman Sachs. GS is the ticker symbol. So let's get that up on our screen out here. And I'll try to scoot along. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7 more requests out there. So I'll try to scoot things along just a bit, mostly focus on daily, weekly, and monthly, unless I see something of real importance on the intraday. Goldman Sachs on the monthly is all-out bullish. On the weekly, it's all-out bullish. You have a new profile that formed last week. Below price, that's a bullish message out there. The daily time frame needs a bearish reversal candle in order to confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. There is a TD9 count top on the 195-minute time frame chart. Price could pull back to test support, and that'd be between 708.03 and 710.67 out there. So other than that, other than the 195-minute charts out here, other than support areas, I'd say everything looks cool and copacetic, unless you see a close below 720.16. That would sort of indicate that we are headed to lower price. Let's go take a look at ticker symbol now. Service Now out here. See what this is doing. This is also for Mohammed. Ticker symbol Now is trading out at, come on, boys, fire away. Fire away already. Trading out at 957.91. And what is 957.91? It turns out it's consolidated with inside its monthly profile, 776 to 1104. We're trading above profile resistance, but below its oscillator and change line on the weekly time frame, so it's kind of a neutral type signal. The daily, which has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, is right now trading with inside its profile. Support is 946.49, resistance 983.46. You're going to get you got a 15-minute Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. You're likely to get a 65-minute TD9 count at 12, well, it's an hour from now. Well, you're likely to get a TD9 count bottom on the 65-minute time frame chart. Okay, lay this out to me. I would wait. If you're looking to try to take a long position in this, I don't have any kind of a daily bottom. Let's take a look at volume. So the swing point would take us back to July 11th, 2.1 million shares. Today we're down with 795. So that's getting pretty close to 2.1 million shares out here. I would just hang tight, Mohammed, with regard to NOW. We're going to take a look at Qualcomm, QCOM. This is for Roger as well. So let's see what Qualcomm is doing. See if we're doesn't look like it. So Qualcomm is trading below the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile, and that was at 152.53. We're taking out a hammer candle swing point that had volume of 7 million shares. We already have 6.8 million shares. So this is suggesting price could pull back to its breakout level. That's 140.25. The confirmation of that would be a closing below the weekly support level at 149.62. So if we close below 149.62, 140.25 is up on deck out there. The monthly's got 138.29. I do see a 15-minute Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signal, but the profiles are above price on that. So that's really a bearish message. In the 65, we'll go ahead and form a TD9 count bottom at 12.45. So we may get a little bit of a relief rally out here, but you really need Qualcomm to get back above 152.53, Raj. We're going to go take a PANW. You wanted to look at that one as well, PANW. Let's see what this is trading out at. And then the next three, we've got our KGC, UNH, and AG. I think I've gotten everything inside the Tiger's Den. If I didn't, my apology, and just let me know what I missed out there. So PANW is trading into its buy zone on a monthly time frame, 161 to about 174 where we're trading. The weekly has a TD9 count top with price below profile support, and it's suggesting 157.60 is the price target. We got a TD9 count top on the daily. Its next level of support, its next level of support is really down at its swing points from back in April the 7th, and that may be its price target, quite frankly. We're getting very close to the swing point. We're testing the swing point from April, which on the weekly chart would be the week of April 11th. 46 million shares that week. We are already trading with 71. If we close the month, and that's today, below 174.11, where it's 174.47, we close below 174.11, that's telling you PANW wants to go tackle that low out there, and that's at the 144.15 mark out there. Let's go take a KGC. KGC for, who's this for? This is for Roger in Oregon. Roger's question is pretty simple. Buy, sell, or hold. So as we take a look at KGC, you're going to get a monthly TD9 count. You're going to confirm bar number 8. That says on a monthly basis, you're getting a top between now and the next 2 months. On a weekly basis, we do not have a topping pattern. It's TD9 count top. Let me just make sure of that. That was at 15.96. Last week's close was 16.09. No top on the weekly time frame. The daily time frame is where it's at. And what do we have on the daily? We've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but price is above profile resistance at 15.81. What you need to see here for KGC is for to get back above 15.98. It's green oscillator and change line for its daily time frame. It's not a sell. Let's eliminate that. It is a hold. Is it a buy? Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. The swing point that we're trading into on the daily has volume of 22 million shares. So far today, we're up with 11. So volume is pushing. It's pushing higher. But you're still, it's still resisting that swing. I hate to tell you to add to your position at that stage here. The better add would have been yesterday as price got back into the buy zone between 15.24 and 15.53. So I hope that helps you out, Rich. We're going to take a look at United Health, UNH. This is for ELO inside the Tiger's Den. This is moving out nicely. We'll see. We'll be able to get to AG, big B, more certainly during at least the next segment. UNH, United Health, on the monthly time frame. You are in bar number 8, so maybe you get to a TD9 count next month or the month later. The weekly time frame chart is trading below profile and it's red oscillator and change line. The same on the daily. I'm not seeing any bottom signals on the Intraday, I take that back. The 130-minute chart is going to complete a TD9 count bottom pattern at 1350 today, and we are completing a TD9 count on the 15-minute basis at 12 noon. Watch 255.09 to the upside, and then 257.52 to the upside. That's UNH out there. Longer term, intermediate term. I don't see a bottom out here. We'll take a look at AG when we come back to this break. That's for Big B inside the Tiger's Den.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back. Here's what we know about AG. The monthly chart tells it all. It's the end of the month today, and we ran into resistance now for 3 consecutive months at the 339. Let me give you the exact number here. I screwed that up. It's at the 839 level. So that's your key resistance area. The fourth time is usually the charm. The weekly time frame's got a TD9 count top, and price right now is testing this oscillator and change line. A close below that being 802 tomorrow, would suggest a move back towards the 581-677 level. We won't get that move unless we close below profile support on the daily time frame. Price is trading into its bullish zone. That's between 786 and 813. Watch 786. If we close below that, we likely are headed lower. You've got a TD9 count bottom pattern that is in the process of being negated. That would occur at 12:45 if there's a close below 798. So everything is pointing here to lower price. However, it's that daily time frame chart that's doing its best to contain it as price trades into that bullish structured profile. That's what I see with regard to AG, Big B. Hope that helps you out. We got a question, request to take a USAR. The question is this a buy on the daily time frame? If price closes below 1202 or 1206 right now, you will have a daily TD9 count bottom pattern. If we close where we're trading right now at 1210, you will not have a bottoming pattern out there. So I don't know the answer to that if it's a buy until we know what the closing price is out there, Vic. So watch the close, and that ought to give you the information that you are looking for. We had I think I was looking at KGS, and Rich said he wanted KGC. So we take a look at KGC out here. Price is testing on a daily basis. It's testing the swing point from July 22nd. There was 22 million shares there. We're at 11. I think we did do KGC. But we're trading with inside profile. I don't have a sell. Yeah, we did KGC. I know we did that, not KGS out there. Let me put up roadblocks real quickly here. I'll get that figured out with Rich in Oregon. But we're not going to be able to get to this. So tomorrow when we come back, we'll figure out whether it's KGC, KGS, K, whatever it might be, and we'll definitely take a look at roadblocks for Glenn Michael inside the Tigers Den. Have a terrific Thursday, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you on fabulous and fantastic Friday. Be safe out there and take care.